Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go. Put your run. Run.
That one caught out wide by Boykin. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Everybody base. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. Taken from just outside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he did. What he's known for, he made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Let's go. Let's do this.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Coming out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. They'll run on 1st down. Muhammad. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd and a yard, Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the shit.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and he fires one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Check 55 to Mike. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Mike 55.
They go play action with Jackson. Hard throw, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long.
48 month. Danny. Hey, high 7.
Here's Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
At the 26-yard line.
Ready. Rush 98's the money. Come on, baby.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, watch it. Easy. These 2. Easy.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up. Show that bench releases, though.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
4 down. Check, solid, 5 down. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st.
It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. On 1st down, Muhammad. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. A first throw for the backup, Griffin. He's going deep for Brown. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
180. Watch the run, watch the run.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Easy.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That 1st down run could not have turned out worse for a defense because when they came out on the field, their #1 mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now Griffin. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watch 98. Watch 98.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Come on now, let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Let's get off the field.
Now Griffin on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Here's Muhammad. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Griffin. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. To throw is RG3. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Griffin. Man open left side is Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. Once again, Griffin. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. They go play action with Griffin. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the 1st half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Mark Andrews, as the 1st half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Ravens 14. Steelers nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off football.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. 48's the mic. Check, 48's the mic. So don't say nothing.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got it at the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point put through by Boswell. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger, and he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Roethlisberger now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Ben to throw again. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Griffin. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Muhammad And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
From the 31, Griffin. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Third and long. It's Griffin. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Roethlisberger now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Ravens' 25-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I hope you brought your reps because I'm about to take you to school. Under 10, under 10.
Again, a run with Connor. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Connor. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 4-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. Back now in Pittsburgh, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here 1st and 10. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
This time, Griffin will throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd and 9, Griffin. Looking right sideline, that's complete. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Muhammad. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Steelers' 12-yard line.
Now it's Griffin. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14.
Ravens 21, Steelers 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
No spacing. Take 2 of them. Alert, alert. Smooth.
Here's Roethlisberger. A nice little juke. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Complete to Washington. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
50.
He's back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
He finds his man Johnson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Roethlisberger to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
36 to Mike. Let's go. Switch. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up?
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
After the interception, here's Griffin. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 76 yards as the Ravens push further out in front.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Ravens, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.